Welcome to Big Les Barbecue, and here we're going to do some brisket burnt ends on the Kamado Kettle Joe. It's his maiden voyage. Come along, let's see what we can produce. Because it's his maiden voyage, and for anyone in Britain, I've nipped to the butchers, Morrison's, got a rolled boneless brisket. I forgot my knife. Pause while I get my knife. I'm back. I've got my knife. Let's open up the brisket. She's out the fridge for about 10 minutes just to start coming up to temp, but I'm not worried about warming up too much. Let's cut the butcher's twine and we'll lay her out. You can see got quite a nice bit of the flat. There is quite a thin section at the end that we may need to trim off, but I might leave that on, cook it, and that'll be the pitmaster privilege. Not going to take any of the fat off. It's quite a lean piece of meat. When here in Britain, if you don't buy a proper pack of brisket, they're not the fattiest piece of meat. That's good for me because I'm on a diet. But here we go. Rub and into the barbecue. Get out the fridge. Doesn't need any binder. We'll make a quick rub. Dave, the dog, I'm sure you'll see him, Chief Tester's down here, is keeping an eye on me. Keep your old shaker bottles. This one was from paprika. Use plenty of paprika in barbecuing. Well, let's make a quick and simple rub. 1 tablespoon of salt. Try and get it all in the jar if you can. 1 tablespoon of coarse black pepper. Texas style. Now the barbecue flavours. 1 tablespoon of paprika. Nice and easy to remember this one. And now down to teaspoons. 1 teaspoon of onion powder. 1 teaspoon of garlic. And that British beef accompaniment that you need. 1 teaspoon of Coleman's mustard powder. In your shaker bottle, give it a little shake.
Make sure to get plenty of that rub all over. We want bags of flavour on this piece of brisket. As you can see, there's not a lot of fat in this brisket, so we are compensating with a lot of salt and pepper to get that nice crust and bark on the outside of this beautiful piece of cheap meat. You can see here I'm just scoring the fat cap. I am trying to render a little bit of fat down. That's because I am on a diet, but please, you don't have to do that, it's just for me. Time to get the barbecue ready. Shake your ash pan out, then drop in your smoking wood. I do like to put it at the bottom because it lasts a lot longer and you get a nice smoulder, and you'll see that smoke ring, it pays off later on in your cook. Start to get your chunky lump wood. We're using a hardwood lump, as you can see, a nice big chunks of lump wood. I'm not putting a massive amount in, it's not the longest cook, but just trying to range your coals over the top of the lump wood, and then we're going to take a couple of natural firelighters. Please do not use anything other than natural firelighters because it will taint the flavour of your meat. We'll get this rocking. Time to get the meat in.
Right, the barbecue is now coming up to temp. That smoking wood, apple wood down in the bottom, just starting to give off a beautiful fruity fragrance. And we've got that large lump charcoal that's going to give us a nice, long, slow burning time, hopefully. The meat's been sitting on the board, hanging out. I'm going to take our meter probe. We'll pop that into the meat, only up to that line. Don't forget there's a line on it, so it'll measure the internal meat temp and the external pit temp. And this is the time to get it ready for the presentation lock. We're going to take it, we'll pop that straight over that dripping pan. We'll get the trusty tea towel. Now we're going to let that roll in the smoke, monitored by the meter temp, till we get to an internal temp of 70 degrees Celsius, and we'll take it off and wrap it. We're going to shut the lid up. I'm going to take the top vent, I'm going to take it round to the first notch, and I'll come round to the front. Apologies for the big head shot. I'm going to take the bottom vent down here. I'm going to slide that shut to about a finger's width, and we'll hopefully run a temp of 250, but we'll monitor it, and as we go along, if I have to make any adjustments to the vents, I'll let you know when I'm pulling the meat. The meter probe is saying it's reached 70 degrees. This thing has rocked the temperature. It's been absolutely amazing. Dialed in them vents and it has been rock steady, solid. Check out the beef. You can see, lift it onto the butcher's paper. It's picked up a beautiful, beautiful mahogany smoke colour, and the back is definitely starting to set up. But we're not going to take it all the way unwrapped. We're going to, I'll just pull out the meter probe a second. We're going to wrap it up. We're going to put it back into the grill, and then we're going to take it up to an internal temp of around 94 degrees Celsius, or until it's probe tender, ready to cut up into them burnt ends. I'll just get this wrapped up in the butcher's paper. Before I do, just to make sure there's enough moisture in here, a little bit of beef tallow, just to reintroduce some moisture back in. Oh, I wish I could invent smell-o-vision. It smells divine. Up over the top, fold in your sides, fold in your sides. Top, that's the bottom, top, bottom, back to the top. She's wrapped up a nice little parcel. take our meter probe, shove her back in, try and find the similar spot, back into the grill. I'm going to set the meter probe to notify me when it's around the 94 degrees Celsius. See you when it gets up to temp, guys. And we are ready to cube up the beef. It smells absolutely amazing. Get the trusty tea towel. Let's lift it into the pan and pop out that meter probe. You see I've got some spuds in there for later. Let's feel the package. It feels nice and pliable. It's really hot. Let's see what she looks like. There's no easy way of doing this, and every time I do I get grease on my shirt. We're doing it, we're doing it. Oh, steamy, steamy, steamy. Oh, that is a beautiful, beautiful piece of meat. I'll put it on the coffee table. Grace can tell me off. But check it out. How? We're here. And she's beautiful. It's nice and juicy. We've managed to capture all them juices for the burnt ends. But that is a delish. To check, let me get on my stuff right. To check if it's cooked, we all know the test. Take your meter probe. We're not looking for internal temp, but we're looking for that resistance. And if it drops in like that, nice and soft, really soft over here, you know it's done. But if you haven't got one of them, I'm sure we've all got cocktail sticks. Take yourself a cocktail stick and check for resistance. Pitmaster privilege. Right, captured them juices. Let's transfer the meat to the cutting board, and I'm sure you guys want to come in for a close-up. Time to cube up. Shall we cut down the middle and just have a look? Oh, look at that. Beautiful smoke ring. That hyperbolic chamber has really done its job. I'm going to cut these into nice bite-sized pieces. That could be my piece at the end taste. So, I think, oh man, beautiful squares of squidgy, juicy. Absolutely stunning. Get these chopped up. Pitmaster privilege. That's quite naughty. I'm really impressed with this. I think the Kamado Kettle Joe has really done its job. I'll save that bit back for me and Grace. That fatty piece will get just chopped in. So we've now got it all in the tray, looking beautiful. I'm going to add a cup of your favourite BBQ sauce. You can check out some of my recipes. I do make a Texas style one, but this is just a store-bought one I've got in for tonight. That's it, beautiful. And then turn all of them burnt ends. Oh yeah, out comes Buster, the chief tester. Coat them. Turn them in that sauce. Really difficult to do when you're trying to rush so that I don't bore you guys. But I'm sure you're enjoying looking at these beautiful bite-sized pieces of barbecue goodness. And then a last little kiss of flavour. The rub that we made earlier, we're just going to dust it over the top. Dusted up, absolutely beautiful nuggets of beef. The dogs are going mental down here, but there's one last job to do. Get them back in the BBQ and let the sauce set up. I can't wait to taste these guys, and I bet you can't either. Come on, Bust. I can't wait any longer. Oh my days. Trusty tea towel always comes in handy. Check out how those are beautiful burnt ends. I think we should go for a taste test. They are really hot, but I need to do it for you guys, not for me. This is all for you. I shall cut myself a nice small piece. Get some more of that BBQ sauce. Oh, Buster's coming over for the taste test. That is super, super tasty. As always, if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget there's a subscribe button at one of these sides. There's a like button. You must hit the like button and leave a comment down below. That'll work with the YouTube algorithm and help me grow this channel. And only, I think there's one more thing to do. Let's see if Buster and Dave will come in for a taste test. Yeah, Bust. Oh, Dave. Neither of the dogs. Oh, hold on. I have to wait on the dogs. Here we go. The old man's coming. There you go. Both the dogs approve. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, check out this video over here. This Kamado Joe is brilliant. See you in the next video, guys.